Hello and welcome back to Typical City. This is the definition of a dead rubber. What a pointless game this is. Red Star versus Manchester City. We're heading to Serbia to finish Group G. All is established. Everything's been agreed. City atop of the group, guaranteed. Red Star bottom of the group, guaranteed. But still, this fixture does need to be taken somewhat seriously for the UEFA coefficiency ranking points. First of all, we do take that seriously because we take our ranking very seriously, and dropping points would be a big blow. City have to manage the game a little bit because we've got 6 games coming up in 17 days to conclude 2023 with Red Star tonight, Palace, then 2 Club World Cup fixtures as we head to Saudi Arabia. Then we come back to the UK to face Everton and Sheffield United before 2023 concludes. And Red Star Belgrade, we need to take them seriously. You know, they are a genuinely good team. And in fact, we need to give them a big pat on the back because right now we talk about Manchester City and their records, but they have an incredible record, a European record that they achieved at the weekend by winning their game at home. On home soil, they have a European record. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. A European record of 122 league home games unbeaten that stretches back over 6 years. League home games undefeated, which is a European record. Real Madrid held that record, and that was back in 1965, going back to 1957 to 1965 of 121 games. I know it's in the Serbian Superliga, but still, that's incredible. 122 games, so fair play to Red Star. I mean, you can only beat what's put in front of you, and they do that quite comfortably in their league. So talk about domination. Still, City have things to fight for. We could become the second English club ever in the Champions League to win all 6 group games, to win all of them. The last team to do that was Liverpool in the 21-22 season. We could become the first English club in history to win 8 consecutive Champions League games. So there's things to fight for. And Pep and Manchester City, and we as City fans, we love a good record, don't we? Because we're smashing them left, right and centre right now over the last 4 or 5 years. And there's more up for grabs. So I want to take this seriously, somewhat seriously, with a little bit game management sprinkled in there, thinking about injuries and wrapping certain players in cotton wool for a game like this. You don't want to take that risk and introduce unnecessary jeopardy to the game. You don't need to do that. But they did take the lead against us, you know, at the Etihad with that Bukhari goal just before half-time. Unbelievable how it kind of sums up City's season, that game. We had 37 shots on goal on Glazer, who had a great game. He did have an absolute whiffer for the Alvarez free kick, if you remember that, because we did turn the game round after going 1-0 down. But that sums up. Red Star had 3 shots and they scored a goal. We had 37 shots, 18 on target, and we scored 3. And Glazer was just like, boom, boom, Ninja Glazer, like not Malcolm Glazer. I mean, we'd love to see Malcolm Glazer in net. Omri Glazer, I believe his name is his first name. Don't know much about Red Star in truth. I'm going to be honest with you. Not many people do know much about the Serbian league, but I do know Red Star need to be taken somewhat seriously. And we found that out the hard way at the Etihad, going 1-0 down to a Bukhari goal that we thought was offside, wasn't in the end. Alvarez scored a lovely link-up play with Erling Haaland, and there won't be any Erling Haaland because he's still injured with a stress fracture. Alvarez made it 1-1, he made it 2-1, and then who was it? It was who scored the third goal? I can't remember. Was it Rodri? That was it. Rodri scored the third goal with a lovely little side foot finish into that bottom corner. I mean, I can't see us playing Rodri today, in fact. So let's jump into the team news straight away, first of all, because Red Star, they have a fully fit squad, so you can probably expect to see a pretty much identical first team that we saw against us at the Etihad. In terms of City, 3 major absent players is Erling Haaland with a stress fracture, Doku with a muscle problem that's suspected to be around 1 to maybe 2 more weeks. Those 2 players are very, very unlikely to play against Palace. They're the reports. And obviously Kevin De Bruyne is a long-term absentee, which I think is going to come to an end pretty soon. I like to think Kevin De Bruyne will be back firing in 2024. But we've been doing pretty well without him. Reasonably well, but the addition of Kevin De Bruyne coming back, I mean, it's going to strike fear into the hearts of our rivals, and hopefully he can come back firing and not need to take 3 or 4 games to find his feet. But right, let's have a look at the team news and my predicted starting 11. I'm going to start with Red Star, get that out of the way. I think we're going to see Glazer in goal. Then we're going to see Dragovic, who we saw at the Etihad, doing his best and defending crosses really well against City. I think we're then going to see Rodic alongside him, completing the back three. Well, it's more of a back five when you faced City. And completing the back three will be Jager alongside him. Then we saw Majalovic at right wing back, which was effectively just there basically throughout the entire game. But really, let's be fair to them and put them in their positions on paper. Then you've got Mitrovic, who was at left wing back, and then in front of them we saw who did we see? We saw Hwang in front of them, and then we saw Stamanic. Just trying to find these guys, to be honest. I'm being truthful, guys. I don't know much about Red Star, but doing a little bit of research prior to these videos always helps, and have a look at what the opposition have to offer, in particular when you're looking at opposition when you don't really know much about the Serbian league in truth. Ivanic, in midfield alongside Stamanic and Hwang, and then the goal threats of Unday and Bukhari completes the Red Star. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet. I'd like City to keep a clean sheet, because it's been frustrating right now that we've been conceding goals against teams that, I mean, Luton, for example, they had virtually no opportunities. They had an XG of like 0.3, 0.4 or something along those lines. And yeah, you know, same against Red Star. We had 37 shots and they had 3. The game finishes 3-1. Doesn't feel right now. City team news. I think it's going to be a lot of rotation. I think we can expect to see Ortega in goal. What we do at the back, I mean, we are kind of limited with options. The fact that John Stones didn't start against Luton, I feel like this might be a good game to give him an hour, something like that. Give him some match practice. I'm going to go with John Stones in the middle. And then I'm going to go with... it's tough. It's tough what we're going to do. I think we'll probably play Akanji, who didn't play against Luton. The fact that you can look at the previous game with Pep as to who might give you a clue who's probably going to start. I still think he's going to play Gvardiol, though. I still think he's going to play Gvardiol. It might be Sergio Gomez. It might be. But do you want to see Sergio Gomez as part of a back three? I'm not entirely convinced that Sergio Gomez can tuck inside and become part of a back three, and asking him to tuck into central midfield. Maybe. Personally, I think it could be someone else. In fact, I'm going to move John Stones. I'm going to change him. I think he's going to go there, in fact. And I'm going to put Ruben Diaz in the middle there. Which, again, you want to keep Ruben Diaz fit. But I'm going to play John Stones in midfield with... it's tough. It really is tough what we're going to do in this midfield. With Kovacic in midfield, I'm guessing here. And I mean, I can't see Calvin Phillips starting. Even though Phillips is available, he is still a City player. The rumours are so strong that he's on his way out of the club. And why play a player for Manchester City if he's already leaving? I see what Pep's doing. He's had many opportunities to play Calvin Phillips, and he never does. Even before the rumours, he was never playing him. Now that he's very, very likely, and it already seems to be established that he's leaving City in January, I can't see him play him. I mean, why? That hinders the rest of our players. We've got other players that are going to be playing throughout this whole season. We're going to need players, so give them the minutes that they deserve. To get them minutes under the belt for the rest of the season going forward. In front of them, I think we're going to see Rico Lewis, and then Mateus Nunes, I think, will be alongside Rico Lewis. Out wide, I want to see Oscar Bob. I want to see Oscar Bob on the right, and I still think that Jack Grealish will be played and trusted to get some more minutes and more practice. And Erling Haaland obviously can't play with his injury, so as a result, it's going to be Alvarez up front, which is another opportunity. He got 2 against them last time, so hopefully we can see Alvarez get another couple, maybe a hat-trick against Red Star. Come and join me. I will be doing a watch-along. It is a 5:45 kickoff. Do not forget that. It's going to be a nice chill one. All is done and dusted, so come and get to know me. Let's have a nice chilled, relaxing stream, watching Manchester City comfortably win. I like to think this will be comfortable. I'm going to go for 4-1 City. Another clean sheet avoided in my prediction. I hope we can keep a clean sheet. I just feel like the home ground, the atmosphere will be powerful enough for them to suck the ball into the back of the net for Red Star, but ultimately I think City should be comfortably walking away, and that team I've predicted. Who do you want to see? I think there's a lot of rotation options. I think we're going to see a lot of cries for Calvin Phillips, Sergio Gomez, players like that people want to see more of. But I think I've got a nice balance of a team that can win, players that need minutes, practice, match practice, things like that, as well as enough quality on the pitch to actually win the game, because there are records up for grabs. But anyway, get your thoughts in the comment sections below. Drop a like on the video, it really does help. Typical City is the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is typical City now.